Hello everybody, happy Thursday. Do a little short Thursday ramble. This is probably going to be in place of the Friday ramble because I got to go to the doctor. They're looking at my brain. They're going, yeah, we might need to do a lobotomy on you. I'm going to go, please, no. No, it's just one of those Medicare checkups where you go and they look at you and they go, is there anything changed? No? All right. Give me $100. Go do some blood work. Yay, yay, yay. They're going to tell me your cholesterol is high. And I go, well, anyway. All right. So what happened since the last time we were together? Good Lord. Front page of the Times today. 50 missing pages. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the divided union. What the hell? I'm so sick of this guy. I want to look at the K-shaped economy. And did that divisiveness, how did it sit with the Republicans? You know, it's like, you know, you're in this group and he gets them all going, but I want to see after the energy drops down. Anyway, does that even make any sense? I don't know. Psychic Duck, say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. So somebody said that they thought that you were real. I am. Am I giving you guys too much information? I don't know. All right, let's look at what we got going. I want to look at the 50 pages. You know, it's always one thing after another, and you know who's going to look at this? So the FBI has these pages. Is Kash Patel going to look at it? Oh, he's going to look at it with his funny eyes. And is Pam Bondi going to do anything? She is so deep into this. Did I hear that somebody put articles of impeachment up to Pam Bondi? Did I hear that? 50 pages. So this came from a minor that went to the FBI, and she gave her testimony. I think there were 4 times she did this. There's one set of documents, memos, that are in the files released. There are 3 others that are not released, but they're mentioned in other files. And she may have been paid to be quiet. I don't know. She may not have been. But her lawyer, you know, it's so messed up. It's so messed up. But these 50 pages that implicate Trump with a minor. The headline on some of these podcasts go, he's cooked. And as I hiccup, I'm going, he is cooked. He did better on the divisiveness of the union, the dividing of the union, than I thought he was going to do. His drugs, I did mention that his drugs were going to be managed very well, and I thought they might go overboard with it, but I think they got it right for him. As right as they could get. Okay. 50 pages. How's that going to look out? I'm using my Lo Schedibo deck, so lots of naked stuff. So I got to be careful. Got my trusty feather. I'll have Groot sit on something. I am Groot. Here we go. 50 pages missing. There's so many pages missing, but these particular pages missing of a minor with Epstein and Pumpkinhead. Oh, Knight of Chalices. Knight of Chalices. Good pecs on that guy. It's a guy, though. It's a guy, YouTube. Loss. Five of Pentacles. This is also my card for moral loss. Because in the in the Rider-Waite tarot, they're walking by a church and they're freezing. They could easily go into that church. They can't. This guy could easily talk to Groot. I am Groot. And find some comfort. But he doesn't. So it's also a loss of morality. Wild Ride, the Knight of Cups. It's like the knight in shining armor, the false knight, but it's also speaking in forked tongues in this deck. At the base, moving on, movement. In the past as it relates, the past influences are information coming from the Middle East or coming from an unexpected place like a desert where there is no information. It's a desert. There's not, well, and there's so much in the desert. Side note, squirrel. When I moved to Flagstaff, Arizona in the 80s, I went to school up there. And I went there because I could get out and I could graduate in 3 years. It took me 8 years. I loved it up there. It was so cool. Anyway, and there's a lot of rednecks up there, let me tell you what. Anyway, my sister lived in Tucson, and I'd go down to Tucson and go, oh my God, it's so barren. And she goes, you need to pay attention. And so she threw me out in the deserts for 40 days and 40 nights. No, not really. There was so much out there. If you've never been and spent time in the desert, the first couple days is kind of rough. And then it just opens up. It's amazing. All right. Information coming from a place that looks barren, that looks not barren. Trump or John Barron. He came out again. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Put a ball on that. Where's this? Six of Cups. Going back to a simpler time. And we have the Four of Pentacles. This to me looks like it's a little, it's like a little mini prison. Thank you. My phone agrees. My phone agrees. I sent an email out. This is really funny. Another squirrel moment. I sent my an email out, and it landed. It was a group email, and it landed in Australia. And the timestamp, I wrote it on the 25th, but she had received it on the 26th. So it was February 2, 26, the year 2026, and the time was, I had to double check. It was 11:01:01. the 11th hour, the first minute, the first second. 226, 2026, 110101. I'm like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? That means I should pay attention. Okay, back to the reading. Okay, so the 50 pages. They're still being held up in this place. I think they're coming out. Okay, because there's going back to a past time of more innocence. Okay, suspended. They're being held up. Someone's looking at it from a different point of view, though, yes. External is the Knave of Pentacles. So this Page of Pentacles coming out, bringing forth a little bit more balance, but it's not fully formed, and it's I got the cringes when I said that because this was a young woman. Death, rebirth, it's going to be the ending of something and the start of something new. And it's got the big stick. This is big information coming. This is ending information. Let's hope. There's going to be some confusion with it. The Seven of Cups, of course. And it's going to be a heavy burden to carry. I don't know who's carrying this burden. Whoever it is, they've stacked it neatly on their back and they're walking forward. But this death card is, it's powerful. Even though it's in the hopes and fears, I think it's really powerful with this big stick. Let's dig into this Ten of Wands energy. Is that, because this is about somebody that is reportedly unalive. Jeffrey Epstein, reportedly. Oh, ramble. Should I go there? Is he? Is he not? Maybe I'll go there. Is this heavy burden that is being carried? Is this about Mr. Pumpkinhead? Is this Ten of Wands? Is this new Bam Bam card? New information that is going to bring about a big change? Is that Mr. Pumpkinhead? Okay, this two are stuck together. Two of Pentacles, balancing the confusion, the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. It drives me nuts when I ask for clarification and they give me the same cards. And then we get, is that naked? Yeah, I can't show that. Dang it. It's the Balance card, the Temperance card. I can do that because I don't think they're going to see it that close. So, yeah. Balance, a little bit of confusion. Is it Mr. Pumpkinhead? Let's just do a pendulum read on it. Because whatever it is, whatever the confusion is, it is, it's going to be balanced out. Two different projects. May I ask a question, please, for my higher self, my higher authority, only for the good? Thank you. Am I fully protected? Thank you. May I ask a question, please? So I got a yes and this is circle, it's ready. Is this all about DJT? Is this going to, let me ask another question. Is this going to expose, bad choice of words, is this going to bring light to the fact that DJT was involved with underaged girls, women? And that is a yes. Will this, one more, may I ask another question, please? May I ask another question? What do you mean, no? Okay. My pendulum said no. I was going to ask, is this going to remove him from office? And it said, don't want you to ask that. Okay. So one of the things that I have been resigning myself to is he's not leaving anytime soon. We just have to deal with it and work hard to change this. Because I keep thinking, oh, is there going to be, a magic pill? There isn't. I just saw more of my subscribers leave. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see what else we're going to look at. I'm going to look at, the divisiveness of the State of the Union speech. It was built for theatrics. He wanted a gotcha moment. Remember when Biden got up there and he said something about that, oh, you're not going to cut Medicare? Good. Everybody in agreement? Good. Then we can move on with that. And well, Pumpkinhead tried to do the same thing. And in that, he did, he threw out this word salad that was, what was it? Do I have it written down here? I don't. But anyway, he was saying everybody should stand up for Americans and not for illegal immigrants or not for criminals or something. And, it's just like, oh, you're just... anyway, it drives me nuts. So, clearly he could see that there was a divisiveness in the country, that he was putting another wedge in. I want to ask, did the Republicans, after they got off of their Kool-Aid high that they drank, and they got back home to wherever they were, and they're thinking about this. Now, some of them are still gung-ho, but did any of them going, we're going too far with this. Let's just do 6 relatively quickly with that. Ooh, something's going to happen fast. 8 of Wands. I wonder if that is the Epstein files, or as Jimmy Kimmel says, the Trump Epstein files. He trademarked that. I think that was pretty funny. Queen of Wands, powerful information. With the cat. I wonder if this has anything to do with the Regulus star, where the Sphinx, I'm still being inundated with information from that Sphinx journey that we did. You can find that on my other channel. And is when the Sphinx is facing its own constellation, lion versus lion, is that when that information is going to come out? Are they going to go, okay, we're on the wrong path? Because I can't believe that they're okay with this when it's the United States, when they see the division that this guy, this King of Pentacles, is bringing forth. He's got J.D. Vance in charge of fraud? Really? Now we got Russia, Russia, Russia again. News coming from an unexpected source. Oops, sorry. We're keeping they're ready to go with this, the Knave of Swords. They're ready to go. They're ready. Yeah, let's go. Maybe they went too fast with this. I think they're getting messages. However, this card could be either they're working together, but this is also my Russian card, which I am getting a Russian pull towards. At the base is their cult leader, the King of Pentacles, but they're getting news from unexpected sources that is changing the way that they're working with Russia, Russia, Russia. Okay. Slowly, I think. Slowly, slowly, slowly. All right, let's take a look at... So I think they're slowly going to move away from the divisiveness. Let's take a look at the economy. I had dinner with some friends, really good friends of mine, who are Republican, and he was talking. He had mentioned that the economy is really good. It's, we don't have the runaway inflation that we had under Biden. And my head kind of spun a little bit, and it went, my response went to the K-shaped economy. And I went, well, of course, you don't see that because you're part of the upward trend. The downward trend, so in a K-shaped economy, after a recession or anything, which we had in COVID, that there are going to be some people that do better off in recovery, and then there's going to be another group of people that do worse. And so he's part of the upward trend that does better. And I go, well, that's where I am too. I mean, I'm not seeing this affect me. I don't have to sell any Lamborghinis yet. So I'm good. Well, what about the other people? What about, and Pumpkinhead was saying that he took so many people off of, I can't remember exactly, was it welfare or food stamps? Yeah, well, he just removed them. He didn't lift them up so that they didn't need food stamps. He just threw them out. Well, that's not quite how that should work. So, K-shaped economy. I want to do a reading on the top part. Am I going to need to sell some Lamborghinis? Please say no. Let me bask in my excessiveness. All right. K-shaped economy, the top side. How's that going to work out? K-shaped economy. How's that going for the top people? How is that going for the top people? Not the top, but the ones that are on the upper line. Is that going to keep going? Are we going to have this divisiveness, K-shaped economy? First card we get is the Lover's card. Let me drop this down. So that means they're in love with their Lamborghinis. All right, so Republicans always used to be the party of wealth, even though the Democrats, you made more money under a Democratic presidency in Congress. But somehow the Republicans have this message, and they still think that Pumpkinhead is a businessman. They don't see the grift. K-shaped economy. Sun, happiness, success. Could be illumination. At the base of the reading, the addiction card, the devil. Do I need to explain that anymore? No. In the past, the diligence, the hard work, nose to the grindstone type of energy that needed to create wealth. Doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. We have the Hermit card up at the top, which is going into isolation and seeing the truth, the inner truth. And then we have the Magician, creating something out of nothing. It feels like in this spread that they're just going to keep realizing wealth. It's all magic. It's all sleight of hand. It's all this addiction of more. That's the interesting card to me on this spread. All this, it's like, yeah, we got this magic, money. Okay, so, but as we go to the future part of it, internally, we have walking away from sorrow. This guy had to walk away to get isolated, to listen to his inner voice. He's walking away to find himself. The Moon card, secrets being revealed, getting a little crazy externally. We have the Knave of Wands, information coming from that seems like it's, not a very profitable place, the desert. In the final outcome, big stick again. They need to pay attention to the, I just lost the word, to the fundamentals of the economy that is producing this K-shaped situation. If they don't pay attention to it, they're going to get hit over the head with the Bam Bam card. New information coming out of the blue. A new emotional start. This is normally a comfort card. It's a good card. K-shaped economy. And they're going to be defending themselves. Battling windmills, Seven of Wands. Why are they going to be defending themselves with this new emotional start? Because they're making still a lot of money. They're still enjoying their wealth. Interesting though, how many pentacle cards do we have here? Just money in the past. We have fake money in the future. What's the underlying energy with this? Is this the false knight? Knight of Cups? Knight of Wands? Again, information riding on strength. We have circles of support and celebration, and then we have restriction with the Four of Pentacles. If I were to advise somebody on their finances, which I'll throw one more card on it. That's the card I threw. For entertainment only. I would say that they need to be they need to watch their money a little bit, because it's all smoke and mirrors with this Magician card. They need to pay attention to the secrets that are coming out. They got some big news coming that's going to reset things emotionally, not financially. And they're going to need to, they're going to need to defend themselves somehow. Interesting, no pentacles. No pentacles. Let's look at the bottom part. Let's look at the bottom part of the K economy. Okay? Okay. The bottom part of the K economy. Bottom part of the K. I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to go with my Tarot Grand Lux because I didn't shuffle that enough. What's the bottom part of the K economy? Bottom part of the K economy. What is the bottom part of the K economy? I feel intuitively, so let me lift this up. So when I think about this, I go back to the Three of Cups, the circle of support. It feels like the K economy is going to produce more community help. Bottom part of the K economy. I'm sorry. Woohoo! Party, celebration. In the Rider-Waite deck, there would be the White House behind it. It's kind of like, yay, good. Four of Wands. We'll see where this goes. Drop this down. So we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. What is this legal challenge? The truth coming out? What's going on with it? The Hierophant. Ooh, something with the government. We have wealth. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the past. And when I look at this Nine of Pentacles and she's in her garden, she's in her protection of her own space. And that's what the government did offer, but that's in the past. It feels like with this card, it needs to be renewed again. Eight of Coins. Hard work. Putting it in together. Is there going to be some work requirement that is going to be, coming out with that? That's what they keep trying to do, and they think that everybody is the same. They think that, oh, well, you can work, but they don't take into account any other factors with this. Oh, you must be an able-bodied man, you can work. What if you get migraines that are debilitating to you? Well, take a pill and go to work. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. The Knight of Coins, slow moving knight, bottom part of the K economy. Certainly, the government, today's government, says you got to work for your money, right? You just can't get it anymore. That's what they're saying. In the potential where we're going with this, oh, lovely. The Seven of Coins. Glad I switched decks. In the Los Garibo deck, there are 6 pentacles that are on this tree that are not doing well. This deck, it's abundance. It's harvest. She's got 4 pentacles that she's harvested. And it takes me back to the 4 of Pentacles, where you got to be a little conservative with your money. So I don't think it's going to be like, the 9 of Pentacles flow, but it's going to be sufficient, maybe. We get in the external position someone who's taking a little more, having a little more sympathy to the plight of the bottom part of the K economy. A new leader. For those who watch this channel often, you know who the King of Cups is. And I'm not thinking that is him. My wife was asking, have you heard from Joe Biden lately? What's going on with him? He's just quiet. Well, I mean, he's recovering from, he's got some kind of cancer, so he's recovering from that. And I think, is he behind the scenes? I don't know. I hope he is. Okay. Hopes and fears. The Fool card. Are we jumping off the cliff? Are we going on a new journey? That's the hope, that we're going on a new journey. And it's going to be a little undecided, the path. And the fear is we're not knowing where we're going. Okay? So far, what I'm getting with this is that we're on a new path. It's going to be somewhat abundant. It's going to be manageable. Well, maybe not. 7 of Cups. This is the illusion. This is delusion. Are we going on a path that we don't know where we're going? What is this? It's hard to say. We have the Page of Wands coming forth with some information that may help out. And then we have the Queen of Swords to try to cut through some of this confusion so that we can see the truth, so that we can see the rainbow coalition that needs to stand up. And speaking of standing up, so getting back to that reading, it's still going to be challenging. I don't think it's as bad as, and again, what do I know about bad with all my Lamborghinis? So I don't see all of the government support systems failing, but I don't see the money flowing either. So let me get back to the last thing, and then I'm done. This is back to the Great Peace Pumpkin, putting smoky eyes to lead another war What was it? This was to get rid of the fraud that immigrants are bringing in that is raising the deficit. That's where the great pumpkin unity came to play, was that he said our deficit wouldn't be so high if it wasn't for the fraud that immigrants are creating. So he's putting Vance in charge of this war on fraud. I'm like, really? And people are buying this? Nancy Reagan, war on drugs. How did that work? And don't get me going. So he divided the country, divided Congress, divided the Supreme Court, and Spanburger's response. And did people listen? I mean, did the other side listen? What a contrast. Unity. And she asked in the very beginning, do you think this president is working for the people, for you? Pretty easy question. And she was talking about, she concluded with George Washington warning about this type of leadership and encouraged us to unite in a common cause to move the nation forward. I just got an email from my neighbor who I thought was like not political at all, and if anything was on the Republican side, is having a candidate, a local candidate, over to their house to talk about issues. And I went, yeah. So it's not a big town hall. It's a little organization in somebody's house. I'm going, yes, please be a Republican, please. Surprise, surprise, it's a Democrat. I would love to go to a small house Republican group just to hear how they're phrasing this and to come in with a couple of talking points and go, how do you square this? No BS, no, newspapers, sound bites, just the truth. Talk to me of the truth. All right. Is our democracy Oh, and I did put a video up yesterday, but Mercury retrograde deleted. And in it, I apologized to the world, I think, but mainly to Canada. I am so ashamed of our news channels, Fox News, that are calling Canada our enemy in this whole hockey thing. I used to play hockey. Another one of the things. I got killed. Not really, but I got run over by a Canadian hockey player. He was trying to teach me how to play hockey. I zigged, I should have zagged, and he ran. I mean, I thought I was hit by a train. Now you know why I'm a little goofy. Canadian hockey players. He was laughing. I gave you a clear indication I'm going that way, and you went that way. I just got leveled. He picks me up, and he goes, "You're no good at this." So what did he do? He put me in the goal. Why don't you become a goaltender? Like, are you crazy? And he taught me how to be a goalie. That was kind of fun. He goes, don't look at don't look at my stick, don't look at the puck, look at my shoulders. And I'm like, what? I think it was a first lesson of intuition. Don't look where you think the puck is coming. Just react. And a puck going that fast, you have to react. You can't think. Canadian knocked me on my butt. Yeah, we may need that again. Anyway, I apologize. I'm so sorry that we're being such buttheads to you guys. Okay. Democracy. Democracy. 3 cards. Are we going to get out of this hole? No, that's not it. That's a yes/no question. What do we need to know to keep us moving forward to get us out of this hole? What do we need to do besides go to my neighbor's house and talk to local elections and make your 5 calls? Please, please, please make your 5 calls. I should have said that in the beginning. Please, please, please make your 5 calls. Make 1 call, 2 calls. Who was it? Al Green from Texas got thrown out of the State of the Union again. Yeah, holding up a sign. Little Moses Mike going, I'm very disappointed, very disappointed. I asked them to have respect, and they didn't. I'm going, did you hear Marjorie Taylor Greene during Joe Biden? You don't want to keep talking about Joe Biden. Let's talk about Marjorie and Boober. Okay. What do we need to do? What do we need to stay focused on to secure a united States? It's so polarized right now. And Pumpkinhead is making it worse. So I know what we need to do. We need to get rid of him so that we can get somebody in there that'll bring us together. Birds of a feather. What? I voted. Yeah, you did twice. Yeah. Still upset. She. All right, what do we need to do to stay focused on the path? Okay, here we go. Ace of Cups. We need new emotional start. We need new legal challenges with the King of Swords. And we need to pay attention to who the Emperor is. And he's being challenged in the courts that'll give us a new emotional start. To me, what these 3 cards suggest, don't give up on the courts. And, you know, the Supreme Court did its job this time. Don't give up on the courts. Let me just throw a couple on this Emperor. Even though I said I was only going to do 3. Any information on this new emotional start with the Emperor? Okay. I think it's going back to the steel. He keeps talking about that he wants to open up investigations into the corruption of the last of 2016 and 2000, I can't even remember, 20 elections. I'm thinking, let's do it. Let's open up a big old investigation. Let's look at the steal that happened. the collusion between you and Musk and Thiel, and you will be stabbed in the back, figuratively. Yeah, anyway, that's it. I thought this was going to be a short one. I never know what I think. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.